Hello. 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 Hello.
Welcome back. Listening to Inside the Great Outdoors, but we haven't heard from Uncle Keith in a while. How are you doing today?
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Good. I don't know where the gentlemen are, but
Yeah, there's
we're
that
doing
gentleman
fine.
again.
You
I
got
was
to get
wondering who that
yourself a
strange-
thesaurus, you know?
Yeah.
I was wondering who the strange man was on the radio show, but it's I hear it's Joe with a nasty cold.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
boy.
we have tales from the trails of Uncle Keith.
There you go.
There you go. There you go.
Hampton Bob and one of my other buddies,
Yeah.
we formed a little group for hunting woodchucks. We call ourselves the Chuck Masters,
Oh,
right off the Buckmasters.
yeah,
or
there you go.
Bassmasters.
There you go.
And we used to hunt the farms out here.
Yeah.
And I put an ad in the paper. It was the farmers woodchuck problems, no problems. Call
Oh.
Chuck Masters.
That's cool.
My phone rang off the hook.
Really?
I believe
Oh, I bet.
And yeah, it used to make up some special loads with a special bullet the Hardy makes called the SX.
Yeah.
And it would hit a blade of glass and literally explode, so you'd have to worry about ricochets and stuff.
Do they have to, after you would get rid of the groundhogs, did they fill in those holes then?
Sometimes they did. Most times these guys don't have time to play with that. These
Yeah.
guys are working, 12, 14 hours a day.
nature
Yeah.
fills them
But
in pretty
they were
quick.
always glad to have me there.
Yeah.
And often they come on and have lunch with us.
Yeah. Oh.
What were
but,
you using? What kind of rifle?
I was using a Remington 700 and 223
Oh, okay.
with a 16 power scope on it.
That's what I use a
Yeah,
223.
we run those 40 grain bolts at about Mach 3,
Uh-huh.
and they were quite efficient.
Hmm.
But the story I like to share with you, there was a gentleman out in Mesopotamia there, not far away from the circle there at the old country store.
Yeah, yeah.
And he called me up and says, "Can you please come out here?" That's what we're here for. I get out there. This guy planted his garden 3 times with the woodchucks torn
Oh,
apart
my.
3 times.
Man.
So he had enough. He poured 5 gallons of gasoline down the hole. True story. God strike me dead if it isn't a true story.
Yeah.
And he lit it. He lit it off. And he had a little outbuilding there. I don't know, 10 by 10. And
Yeah.
evidently they must have had a burrow into there
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
because it blew that outbuilding in little teeny pieces.
Oh, my
Oh,
gosh.
man.
Oh.
Oh.
But in a good year, I'd take out maybe 100 chuck myself.
What?
Wow. I
Yeah,
believe it.
but I mean
yeah.
that's serious.
They are,
Then I went prairie dog hunting out west. And never went woodchuck hunting again. But
Wow.
yeah, my mom lived on a farm out in Munson during
Yeah.
the Depression,
Yeah.
and she used to they used to eat woodchucks all the time. I said, "How was the woodchuck?" The best woodchuck I ever had. It beat bread stopped up in grease because that's all we had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Good story.
Yeah. 100 woodchucks. Woo.
That was 100 woodchuck. That was my best year. I used to keep records of where and everything in the farms,
Yeah.
and my phone would ring off the hook.
What? Any
And,
time of day better than others?
I used to go out usually morning to evening,
Okay.
Yeah.
and there was one farm that I was hunting off of 87, and there was this wise old woodchuck. I hunted him all summer long. And I'd pull up the truck and tuck around, and he'd see me and disappear. So I said, enough of this. So I knew right where his hole was because there's no grass around it.
Yeah.
So I parked my truck back behind the oil shed, walked out back early about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, set my rifle down in my bipod, and put it right over the woodchuck hole
Yeah.
at about 200 yards. And I waited for him to come up. And then he came up. And he's looking for me. He's looking
Oh.
the wrong direction. And I had a hard time pulling the trigger, but I did.
Oh my. So you didn't miss.
And no.
Oh wow.
With that kind of a rig and a bipod, you seldom miss,
Really?
That's an accurate
Yeah.
gun at 700.
That's amazing.
Gun,
You know,
yeah.
they could be.
Well, they don't make them anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah,
And towards
I
the end of
know.
their Remington's career, they were making junk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
yep.
they really, my buddy was running that H110 from Savage.
Mhm.
And his rifle shot pretty well, too.
Yeah, those
until they saw mine
Savages are
shoot.
accurate too, but that 700's a good gun.
Yeah.
Well, I've got that in multiple calibers. I used to hunt down in West Virginia. and I bought a rifle. It was called my Hill rifle. It was a Model 7, which is a small carbine 700, and I got it in 708.
That's a
And
good caliber.
it was absolutely a tack driver. But again, I would be hand loading, and I blueprint my cartridges.
Yeah. Cool. Wow.
And, 100 yards, you had 3 shots go through the same hole.
Jeez.
You can't ask for more than that.
No. Wow. Oh, that's cool. Good. Well, so nice. I'm glad
Finally,
you had
a
some.
little gun talk here on the show.
Yeah.
You know?
Good to have some
Yeah,
nice
you guys-
stories.
Good call.
Try to stay warm. We were minus 20 3 days ago,
Yeah, that's what we
Yeah.
hear. Phew.
and I've got almost 3 foot of snow.
Oh,
in the last
my.
10
Jeez.
days.
Yeah. And
You
it
know,
ain't
I'm on that
going
holler
anywhere.
I'm just off the Hamden Hill there,
Yeah.
Yep.
and it comes down. I'm on one side of Hamden Orchard, and Hamden Bob is on the other side.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting down and he's just watching the snow go by. He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Cool. All righty. Nice talking to you.
Boys, be safe.
You
God
too.
bless you.
We'll
See
see
ya.
you, Keith.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, and here comes Joan. How are you doing?
Oh, yeah. Hi. Good morning, everybody.
Okay, how are
My
you?
voice is different, Carl, from this weather. My voice is deep enough to begin with, and then you go out in the cold, and it's like, whoa. But I wanted to tell you this story, and this is a true story. I've been looking to get another house, okay, because I'm living on a 3rd floor with the hound dog, and I need to say no more. So I'm looking around, and then I see this one where you get extra land with the house. So I go, okay, that looks good. Let's take a look at that one. It was a farmhouse. So we go, and the lady's about to open the door, and she said, somebody's been smoking weed up here. Do you smell that? I said, honey, that's no weed. That's a skunk. I said, are you sure? Are you sure that? I said, I know my skunk because I dug one out for somebody underneath their trailer one time. That is skunk. So you're talking about this cold weather, how cold it is? These little critters dug a hole, went down, up the basement steps, and the mother was laying in the corner of the living room with their whole nest of babies.
Oh,
I said, well, I guess we won't be buying the farmland after all.
Wow.
But
You have a
after
roommate.
that,
You have somebody
when
there
did
for the dog to play with.
oh, that's funny. Yeah, at least I know how to get the stink out, right?
there you go. You can use my formula.
I looked up when did they mate, and it said they mate in January. But
Yeah.
it shows that even they're freezing cold. I mean, they probably would have just done that underground or under. This mother was like, we got to get out of here. Oh, you're going to leave the house open? Fine, then we'll move in.
Yeah, she's just out there making a living, Joan.
That's it. And you know, she was so nice. When I looked at some of the videos of skunks. They're very calm. And the guy that was doing the narration, he said they really don't do much like a raccoon would just,
They
growl.
don't do a lot of damage, really. You
No,
know? They just
he
smell
said-
bad.
The funny thing though is
Mellifluous little guy.
they know that at any second they could just and you're but it was cute. It was, oh my gosh, what a story.
Cool.
But anyway, you guys have a great day.
You
and
too.
Thanks
So
for the
nice talking to
story,
you, Joan.
Enjoy your fishing, Carl.
Oh,
Bye.
absolutely. See ya.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, skunks are. They're good for something, I guess. Huh?
I don't know. We went hunting in South Dakota one time,
Yeah.
First day out, one of my buddies stepped on a skunk
Oh.
in his hunting clothes, of course. you
Sure.
know. Yeah, and his boots and
Yeah.
his clothes. And
I
I don't care how many times he washed his clothes.
Yeah.
He still stunk.
Yeah.
And of course, we had a room, we got a room with
Oh.
like 3 beds.
Yeah.
And he stunk all during that week we were out in South
my.
Dakota.
I shot a pheasant once and it went down.
Uh-huh.
So I run up to get it and
He
it's
stepped on a skunk.
running through the. So I go to grab it. Well, it wasn't the pheasant I shot. It was a skunk.
How do you mistake a pheasant?
Because it was so thick. It was in the high grass, and all you saw was the grass moving. It was like 3 foot high grass. So all you saw was the grass moving. So you figure, well, that's a pheasant running. I got to run and catch it, and just about go ready and to grab it. Oh boy, Oh, same
I
thing.
had a friend once. We were hunting rabbits, and I hear a shot. I said, "What'd you shoot?" He said, "A rabbit." And he says, "Well, maybe it was a grouse." Well, maybe it was a squirrel.
What?
I said, "Well, what did you shoot?" He said, "It was a woodpecker."
What the hell?
It was same story like you, Joe. It was really in a thicket,
Yeah.
And he saw this white thing go, and he thought it was a rabbit's tail. And
Yeah.
I don't shoot anything unless I know what it is.
Yeah.
But maybe a grouse, maybe a squirrel, maybe a rabbit. It was a woodpecker.
Oh my gosh.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Oh,
What a
jeez.
dope,
Yeah. Oh, amazing. Wow.
But you topped it with a skunk,
Oh yeah. Well, it was so thick, and you're chasing it, because if it's running.
But he got you back.
Oh
didn't he?
man, did he? Ooh man, after that, and I had that. Back then, the hunting clothes was a long 3/4 length canvas beige hunting coat,
Yeah,
and it was it was loaded.
you can't get that stink out
No.
for months. It's just got to wear out.
Yeah, that was the hunting. I took that to Alaska. My first hunting trip to Alaska, where that same kind of
You probably still stunk.
probably. Oh yeah, it's amazing how.
He kind of stinks now.
I know.
Wouldn't you say, Carl?
I wasn't going to say anything. I'm trying to be nicer to Joe.
Oh, are you?
Nicer
Yeah.
than.
Since he passed out.
Yeah.
We don't want him to pass out again.
Yeah, I don't want him to.
I don't want to do that again either.
You got to drink some more water.
Because I good. It happened so fast. It just kept going and going, and I couldn't do nothing about it until you're standing by me and waking me up. And, whoo, boy, the show's flying by.
I was going to go through your pockets next, but
Oh, it's always something. But we're going to take a short break because we got the fishing report and then storytelling time and some great news, and then time to head for the barn. And I don't know what I'm going to do today. I've been building divers and building scent and getting all kind of stuff done and catching up because I ain't going to do much outside. I don't know what the temperatures are, but I don't know if I'll collect eggs early. Hopefully I won't have to do it till later. But we will take a short break and we will be back.
Young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man, pick yourself off the ground. I said, young man, 'cause you're in a new town. There's no need to be unhappy, young man.
For those that fish Lake Erie and are used to fishing with Dipsy divers, I think they've got to try my diver, Castaway's Magnetic Diver. And what's so neat about it, it's a magnetic release. So you don't have to fight. With the problem with the regular Dipsies is that they'll trip. You got to bring them in.
Or sometimes they won't trip.
Or they won't trip. This is a magnetic release, so you let it into the water, and as it has slack, it falls and it sets and then dives. And then when a fish hits it, it trips it, comes to the surface and comes in. But the neat thing about it as well is you can fish with it. You can trip it. You can let it come up through the water column. You can reset it. So it's a great way to get a bait down and away from the boat. So it's Castaway's Magnetic Diver, but it's something if you're a troller you need to look into. It's a great product and a great way to make fishing a lot easier and a lot more productive. Order yours today.
Whether you're a novice or a well-seasoned angler, if you want that extra edge in catching more fish, you want one of the many species of Kodiak scent. Made from real bait fish, Kodiak fishing scents are made from pure freeze-dried bait. Freeze-drying enhances the scent considerably, making it the most potent fishing scent available to the fishermen today. It comes in many flavors, including shad, crayfish, salmon egg, and the most popular, minnow. Add the paste to your lures, it really sticks. And when a fish hits, it doesn't let go. And if you use tube jigs, try the tube injector. This handy syringe is made especially to be inserted into a tube jig. Kodiak fishing scents are now available online at castaway.com. That's castaway with a K.com. If you want to catch fish, you want Kodiak from Coulis.
Thanks for listening to the Inside the Great Outdoors podcast. If you have any questions, comments, or stories you'd like to share, shoot us an email at jcoulis@castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K. We'll share your comments with our audience on the following week's show. Thanks again for listening to Inside the Great Outdoors.
Welcome back. Listening to Inside the Great Outdoors. Time for the fishing report with Big Daddy.
Oh, it's time. It is time for the fishing report, and it has been a great week to get out and do some ice fishing. And ice is, I won't say safe, I will say it is pretty good everywhere around. You still have to be careful, though. Never take, just because it says it's 8 inches thick, that's the general report. You may find some soft spots out there because of all the snow we had, and it will causes the ice to crack and break. Some water will come up, and there'll be a slush layer underneath the first crust of snow. So you got to watch yourself out there, and always be safe. But fishing's been pretty good. There's been a lot of guys out fishing off Catawba. There's some guys walking out about 100, 150, 200 yards or so and fishing there, and there have been guys that have taken their machines out already. So they're, it's thickening up out there in the western basin of Lake Erie. East Harbor's been pretty good for bluegills, and nice perch are being caught on jigs and waxworms, jigs and maggots, and minnows. If you head inland, I've been fishing out at Nimisila and Mogador a little bit, and they're hitting the small tungsten jigs, 4 millimeter or smaller. With I tip mine with the little soft plastic from Cascray and the micro minnows, and then I'll put one maggot on it. And if they get shied away from the soft plastic, I'll just use 2 maggots on the hook, and that's it. And that's been doing really well. The full moon phase that we're in now, it can slow the fishing down, but it wasn't slow yesterday, I can tell you that, sitting out on the ice in my chair out at Nimisila. No shanty, of course, because I'm a man. No, I'm just kidding. Shanty would have been nice. I'll be the first one to tell you that. Even though, people always ask me, how can you sit out in a chair on the ice? And I said, well, I'm really well insulated. So, but yeah, I caught, I don't know how many fish. It was, I have no idea. It was
Really?
a lot, but they were
Good.
small bluegills, small perch. Caught a few keepers, just a handful. But I had bites that were heavier fish. I could tell, because it's very frustrating. The fish will come up and they'll either grab the soft plastic or just the very end of that maggot or waxworm. And you see the bite, you feel the bite, you set the hook, and you feel that little bit of weight, and then it goes doop, and it's gone.
What do you think is happening?
They're just nipping the end of it. They're not taking the hook part.
Oh.
And that's, fish, they learn.
They're edumacated.
They're edumacated. The bigger ones learn. If they're not in an aggressive mood and aggressively chasing your bait, that's what they do. They'll taste it, they'll put it in their mouth, they won't have the hook in it. And sometimes they'll take it and you won't even know you had a hit. Wow. And then you lift, you just have weight on the end, and that's that's a good thing. But usually they have it all the way in their mouth, and you can get that tiny little hook, because it's like a size 12 hook on those little tiny tungsten jigs, which on a fish like a crappie or a bigger perch, or if they don't inhale it, chances are pretty good you're not going to get the hook in them. So that's but that's why you go back, because you feel that, and you're like, I know they're there. I got to keep trying. And every once in a while, you'll hook into one and get a nice one, and it's a lot of fun.
You can tell if it's a crappie or a bluegill, can you?
So if you fish long enough, you can tell how they chase the, because I'm
Yeah.
using a Vexilar, a flasher unit. You can see
Yeah.
how they either come up off the bottom. A lot of time, bluegills will come up and they'll just sit there and they watch.
Yeah.
And I've seen it on cameras before. I don't have an underwater camera,
Yeah.
but I've seen it.
Yeah.
They'll have the bait right on their nose,
Yeah.
and they don't take it. They're just watching it.
Really?
And they'll back up a little bit, and
Yeah.
they'll take their 2 pectoral fins and they'll fan it, and it'll make the bait spin around because they're looking at it.
Wow.
They're trying to figure out what it is.
Really?
They're
And-
pretty smart.
And that's
Yeah.
if they're in a negative mood, that's what they do.
Oh.
With a perch, if you're actively jigging the bait and you start lifting it up and
Yeah.
something comes flying up really fast,
Yeah.
chances are that's a perch.
Okay.
If something's coming in the mid-water
Yeah.
depths and either above your bait and coming down to it and then following it back up,
Yeah.
that's generally either a crappie or a bigger bluegill.
Wow.
So it's you can with experience you
Yeah.
figure out the different ways the fish react on. You can see it on the screen, and
That's
it's just
interesting.
an experience thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
Well, like with
when
any
they're
fish-
fun to
active,
do.
though,
It's just fun
yeah.
to do,
But when they're active, there's no doubt about it. They're hitting it, and they're hitting it hard, and
Yeah.
it's a big thud rather than either a little tiny tap or a little bit of weight on the line, or
Yeah.
that's what's so fun about it. It's that figuring out which is which, and how to react to it, and it's just a lot of fun. I know a lot of guys have been out on mosquito and Pima tuning up there, catching really nice crappies and walleyes and perch. If you're jigging for walleyes or saweyes down in the Muskingum watershed lakes, I know some guys have checked out Atwood, have fished there. I haven't heard anything about Piedmont, but if I know there's ice on Piedmont, which there is, they're going to be on the roadbed down by the dam. I guarantee you, if you go down there, you'll see guys out on the roadbed by the dam, and they're jigging up saweyes. And a lot of
Now,
guys
do
use
they
the
hit differently?
the blade baits. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They'll come in on the saweyes lay on the bottom. They're more of a bottom. They sort of stay low,
Okay.
and they'll come up under your bait as you're jigging it. And a lot of times they'll hit it on the fall.
Oh.
So then when you jig, walleye do the same thing. When you
Yeah.
jig up,
Yeah.
they'll grab it, or they're already on the bait, and you
Okay.
set the hook that way. But the thing with walleyes and saweyes, they'll swim straight up. So, and that's when, if they get any slack in that line, they spit that hook. And it's amazing how they'll do that. You'll feel that weight, and then all of a sudden, boom,
Boom, it's off.
it's off because they're swimming up towards the hole. You have to keep that line as tight as you can and get the line on the reel as fast as you can to keep the fish on, because they're really sensitive to that. So
A lot of times you got to keep reeling.
even with a jig and a minnow, or like a propeller jig or something like that, the little jig heads that have the little propeller on them, those work really good for the walleyes and saweyes. And so put a minnow on, or even a minnow head. But I know at Mosquito and Pima Tuning, they use a lot of buckshot spoons, buckshot rattle spoons made by Northland. They use a lot of vibes and Heddon sonars. That's a good bait at Berlin Reservoir, is a Heddon sonar. They like those there, and they like vibes there. And, they come in all different kinds of colors. Ask at the tackle shop, because they're not gonna sell you something that isn't gonna work, because then you won't be back. So if they sell you stuff that's gonna work, you'll come back and see them. That's how small businesses run, and they're doing really well this time of year, and it's a godsend for them, because they haven't had the business. A lot of places haven't opened because they close in the winter now,
Right.
And but some of them have reopened since it's gotten good, and you can find minnows and stuff by the different lakes. I know there's a few around Mosquito. I think Causeway Bait and Tackle's back open again, and
Oh, that's
the one down on 306 down that way is open. So it's and of course Mogador. I was talking to Jeff at Mogador Bait and Tackle. He's the owner, and he's in Florida right now. And that's why I made the winter flounder comment for Joe Keogh, was because he's down there and he caught a few flounder and redfish.
Oh,
so
boy.
he's fishing the inland canals and stuff. I'm not sure where he is down there, but he said he caught some flounder and redfish, and the weather's been, in the 60s and getting a little chilly for a few days. But with this storm, it's going to be a little bit chillier. But he's coming back in a week to get ready for the big JDM outdoor show at the Summit County Fairgrounds. So
When is that?
I think it's the
March?
11th, 12th, 13th, something like that.
March.
I think it's February.
Oh, well, then that's coming up. Yeah.
I don't know. It might be later in the. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
I'll
we'll
put.
figure.
It's on the Facebook page.
I had some Alaskan flounder this week.
Yeah.
It was really good. Nothing fancy, nothing wasted. A little golden dip in some of Joe's eggs, hot oil and butter. Squeeze a lemon, and fry them up gently.
So
Gently fry
good.
'em up. Oh, it
So
was
good.
delicious.
Yeah.
It's that's the other thing too. Now the panfish that come out of the lakes now.
Yeah.
Good eating.
Are so much sweeter and firmer, and the bluegills and because their metabolisms have slowed down and they're eating different things.
Yeah.
And they're not as like the red ears and bluegills. Sometimes they'll taste grassy
Yeah.
in the summertime because they're in the weeds all the time and they're picking
Yeah.
the bugs off the weeds and things. And
So
but,
you notice the difference.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, really?
Beautiful. The meat's beautiful.
Same with the
It's
crappie.
tasty. Oh yeah.
Even the bass are good.
Yep.
The
Yeah.
bass are
Small
really
bass.
good.
If you want
Yeah.
to keep some
Oh,
small
man,
bass,
it's
Yeah.
fine.
just make sure they're
12
legal.
inch,
12-inch limit.
They gotta
Check
be
the state
12.
regs. They
Yeah.
have to be 12 inches.
Is that
And,
what it is?
yeah.
12? Okay.
But they're tasty. There's in that cold water, man.
Nice
they're
white
delicious.
flesh.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I know the bass guys will say, "You guys,
Yeah.
blasphemy."
Yeah.
But
baloney.
the small ones, that actually helps in a
The po-
lake.
yeah, it
it
helps.
keeps the population under
Balance,
control.
because
And
too many
with the
small ones-
bluegills, 7-8-inch bluegills are fine to keep. You don't have to keep all 10,
Yeah.
11-inch red ears and things like
Those
that.
are the
Yeah.
breeders.
The good eaters are the
Right.
7-8 inchers.
Oh.
And they are so sweet, so good to eat. Perfect
Okay.
for fish tacos.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, time for a break, which we will take, and we
Now
will
I'm
be
hungry,
back.
Carl.
Yes.
This is Carl Big Daddy Beckle for Inside the Great Outdoors Radio. We're Cleveland's only live, independent call-in outdoors radio show, and we're in need of sponsors. Every Sunday morning from 7 to 10 a.m., Castaway Coolest, Dr. Norm, Joe Keogh, and myself cover a variety of outdoor-related topics. The show podcast also runs nationally several times a week on the Outdoor Radio Network. If you own a local business and are looking for a place to advertise, Inside the Great Outdoors is for you. For more information, contact Joe Castaway Coolest by email at jcoolis@castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K. Lowest rates in town for the fastest 3 hours in radio. Inside the Great Outdoors.
Unleash the bite with Castaway baits and scents. Their Kodiak shrimp attractant paste is Captain Bob's go-to. 15 times the scent of live shrimp, slathered on lures to drive fish wild. From freshwater to saltwater, these scents and baits are dominating tackle boxes everywhere. Don't let the big ones slip away. Visit castaway.com now and load up. It's the edge every angler's chasing.
Outdoor enthusiasts, get pumped! Join Joe Castaway Coolis on his solo adventure, The Outdoor World of Castaway Coolis, on the Outdoor Radio Network. The legend is back, and now on radio. Every Wednesday at 11 a.m., Joe brings you thrilling stories, expert tips, and all things hunting, fishing, and wild exploration. Catch The Outdoor World of Castaway Coolis. Tune in to the Outdoor Radio Network on iHeartRadio. Head to iHeart.com or grab the iHeartRadio app to start your adventure today.
Thanks for listening to the Inside the Great Outdoors podcast. If you have any questions, comments, or stories you'd like to share, shoot us an email at jcoulis@castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K. We'll share your comments with our audience on the following week's show. Thanks again for listening to Inside the Great Outdoors.
Welcome back. Storytelling time. And that I feel better. Phew. But I was thinking about fishing for big fish. And
oh, thanks.
No, it's a variety of fish. Giant bluefin tuna. Now those are some big fish.
Yeah.
But you remember how I talked
Through the ice?
No. Remember don't see.
A big hole.
Yeah. They're bigger than a human. Well, but remember I was talking about hunting, and back then you could meet somebody by writing letters, and they invited you to come up without charging you to go fishing. And back then the tuna weren't worth anything. So when I think back, it was like, how did I luck out like this? But so we get there. Well, first of all, we wanted to go to St. John's, the capital, and the fog was so bad we couldn't land.
A lot of people don't know where St. John's is.
It's on the far eastern end of Newfoundland.
Okay.
There's actually a little smaller island, almost sort of. It's a peninsula, but it's up. And we're in this plane, and we're going around. And we're going to try again, and he gets down, and just about, and he hits the engines, and you go, oh, boy. So we tried on the third time, and we landed. So these people met me. And then we went to a little town called Holyrood in the northern part, more towards the center island, which is Gander, which everybody hunts. I hunted moose there and everything. So we go there, and we go out the first day, and it was rough out. And giant bluefin tuna is a sight fishing. They had a mini tower on it. The guy would be up there. He couldn't drive from up there, but he would be scouting. And you would be driving along, and then right by the boat, a 500-pound tuna would roll right by your boat. Well, you couldn't catch him because you couldn't present the bait. You troll either big herring or squid. Squid were great, but we had a hard time finding them. So that whole day you would see fish, and there was a guy there that came from England, and he fished with them for a month, every day for a month. And so,
spending the day with you fishing sometimes is like a long month.
Feels like a month. One day.
Oh, you guys. So you
Feels
sit
like
in
a month this morning, doesn't it, Carl?
Yeah. So the
and
next
I won't
day,
even get paid.
Oh man, you got here
Send
awful
him a
quick.
bill.
Oh gosh, I'd love to have that on tape. Anyway.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
No.
I would be probably flabbergasted. Anyway.
Well, we were going to give you a mouth-to-mouth,
Oh,
but Carl
no.
didn't want to do it.
Yeah, right. Oh, gosh.
We tried to drag Lenny in to give you mouth to
right,
mouth,
he
but he
ran.
locked the door in the
Everybody-
control room.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my. So anyway, so you troll for them, and you only have 2 rods out. But these are 16-0 Penn reels, the biggest they make. They're about, I'd say, at least 10 inches in diameter.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably hold, I would imagine, 1,000 yards. I think.
Maybe more than that.
Wow. And you sit in a chair that's flat. There's a footrest, but there's no back to it. And you sit in a bucket. It's made out of leather, and it's strapped to the rod. And that's all it's holding you in that boat. Nothing but your legs. So the next day, so we caught nothing. And, but what's cool, on the way out, they bring potatoes and cod, and they cook you a warm lunch right on the boat. Ooh, boy. So we go out the next day, and now it's calm. And you can see, now this doesn't happen anymore. I've got, so I went to film, and Air Canada went on strike or something, and I couldn't get any more film. And I had a little bit. I've got some film of it, but most of it is still pictures. But so you see these schools, Carl, were like over 100 yards wide. Humongous. I mean, it had to be thousands of tuna. And you're in a big bay. You're not out in the ocean. It's a bay, but it's big. But, you could see the shore. I mean, it wasn't. And so you have to present the bait, but if the lead fish wouldn't go after it, they wouldn't. None of the whole school would bite. And so what we would do is you gauged how long you fought a fish by how many bottles of pop you could drink. Orange, what did they call that? It begins with an F. What was the orange pop a long time ago? Not Fruta.
Fanta?
What?
Fanta.
Yes. And so after you would drink it, you would put a little water and throw it, and the bubbles would break the school up. You wanted to try to break up the school so you could disorient them and as you prevent the bait. So you see the school, they're going one direction. You get out in front of them, swing your bait in, and then slow down a little bit till you're right there, and then you could speed up a bit. And when they hit, it's like you literally almost get knocked out of the chair. It pulls you so. Well, you're talking 500 to 1,000 pound fish. And so the very first fish I'm fighting it, and all of a sudden the handle is sitting in my hand. I pulled it right out of the reel because I wasn't using. You use your legs, and that's it. You slide forward in this little bucket, and you use your legs to pull back. And that's how you fight a 1,000-pound fish. But I literally pulled the handle off. So the guys are like, well, there's still a fish out there with line in it. So he put the boat in a big circle to put slack in the line. And he grabbed another rod, and he goes to tie the line. And just as he ties it, the line went tight. So now I'm fighting this fish. And I'm thinking, will all this line get on the reel? Because now you got two. I landed. It was 505 pounds. And it was like, and when you, to get this kind of fish in the boat, you have three gaffs. One guy's holding it in the mouth, and one guy on either side with a long pole gaff. And you dunk it, 3 times, 1, 2, and then you try to lift it up enough where it'll fall into the boat, because you can't lift it. I mean, that heavy a fish. But by bouncing it, once you get it past the midpoint, so now it lays in the boat, and the tail's just vibrating, and the whole boat's shaking. Of course, the boat's on an angle. They're old lobster boats, just a little cabin thing, and it was so much fun. And then the one mate, he would sit behind the chair, and he would direct you. When the fish is going to the right, before the guy could move the boat, he would turn the chair, and back and forth. Then the fishing really slowed, and they said there's another place we could go to. But then we ran. They had no more leader. It's piano wire is the leader, and the leader has to be at least, I think, 15 feet long, because it has to be longer than the fish. And these fish are probably a good 10 foot long. So we couldn't go fishing because we didn't have any tackle. But then,
that's why they play accordions a lot in Newfoundland. There's no pianos. Ain't got no wire in them.
Because they stole them to go fishing.
Yeah.
So we go to another spot, and we found squid. So I only caught that one fish. So we went to this other place because fishing was slow. And he said, we'll go to this other place. and we get up in the dark, and the guy would be driving a boat. Now, it's a narrow channel, and the bottom of the boat would scrape on the rocks a little bit, and so we're going. And but we had these squid, and it's called a daisy chain. They would put, I don't remember the number, 5 to 7 squid, but only one had the hook. It was either the first or the last. It might have been the first. So the fish would hit the first one in the back. You think you got him on. I mean, he pulls, but the thing is because these baits are only, excuse me, maybe a foot below the surface or so. So it's like I got pictures. It's like a keg of dynamite, explosion. And you pull, oh, nothing there. And another one. Well, by then, because then they're all trying to get to it. But when it goes, man, you can't imagine. It's like hooking a car. The line is peeling. But then after you catch the first one, the goal was to see how fast you could get the fish in the boat. Because if he would get his second wind and dive, he could be dead on the ocean floor and you can't move him. What they would do is drag very slowly into shallower water where they could land it. So the biggest one was 950 pounds, and I got it in 20 minutes. But it was still lively. But that's where it became, because now the captain knows how you're going to react, and how the captain's going to put the boat, and then it became a really well-oiled machine working together. That was fun. I mean, and I think back, and I've got pictures in these fish. They're probably almost 4 foot thick.
Wow.
And 10 foot long.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And when you see how you could land with just line a fish that big, and number one, of course, I was in my early 20s, to have the strength to do it. But it was, I'll never, ever forget those. I caught 5 fish. I landed 5. I hooked 10. 5 got off. The other 5 I landed. That was one trip that I'll never forget. Things worked out good, but fishing with them squid, boy, and it's like they hit like, I guess like a bass would hit a lure. It's just as big. It throws water like 5-6 feet in the water. I don't know what they must swirl at it or something when they go to grab it, and then they feel, because it's sewn onto the line, and then when it, they grab it, and of course it pulls off. There's nothing holding it. But when they get the hook in, and I saved the head. Their fish were worth nothing then. We took some. If you ate it right away, it was edible. Edible.
It was
edible, but they had no value then. So I saved the tails. I brought home one head and a bunch of tails. So now I'm leaving. So I got these things, they're frozen, and they're in big cardboard boxes. I get on the bus because of this fog again, so we had to take a bus, like a 3-hour ride to an airport we could leave. And I get on the bus, and it's loaded with people. And I got all these boxes, I don't know what they weighed. And I haul them all the way to the back of the bus. And I got them home, but when they got to Cleveland, everything was thawed, and it was. Now they'd have a conniption nowadays. But anyways, that's my story. A little long there, but it was exciting and a thrill of a lifetime. Really,
I couldn't imagine.
It was a thrill, because you don't forget that. That was like, man, that was fun. That was fun. So, anyways, we'll take a short break, and we'll be back with some great news.
Are you ready to catch the big one? Introducing Kodiak Fish Attractant Catfish Bombs, your ultimate secret weapon for a successful fishing trip. Designed with fishermen in mind, Kodiak Catfish Bombs release an irresistible scent that draws catfish in from miles away. Just toss it in, wait a bit, and watch the action unfold. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, these bombs are hot stuff. Perfect for the weekend angler or those late-night catfish excursions. Watch your catch rate explode with Kodiak Fish Attractant Catfish Bombs. Available online at castaway.com. That's castaway with a K.com. Thanks for listening to the Inside the Great Outdoors podcast. If you have any questions, comments, or stories you'd like to share, shoot us an email at jcoulis@castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K. We'll share your comments with our audience on the following week's show. Thanks again for listening to Inside the Great Outdoors. No matter what species of fish you target, Kodiak Scents has great products that will help you catch more fish. One of those is Kodiak Candy, specifically designed to attract any species you fish for. Panfish, trout, catfish, or walleye, Kodiak Candy is full of freeze-dried scent. Freeze-drying concentrates the scent and makes it irresistible. Kodiak Candy even works on saltwater fish. Easy to put on the hook, this candy will get the fish's attention and trigger more bites. To order your Kodiak Candy or any of the line of Kodiak scent products, head to www.castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K.
Hook more with Castaway baits and scents. The Kodiak Shrimp Attractant, Captain Bob's must-have. Blast lures with shrimp scent that fish can't resist. It's perfect for any water. Pros are stacking their kits with Castaway's killer pastes and soaks. Don't get skunked while they cash in. Head to castaway.com today and grab the scents that turn bites into battles. Castaway. Fish won't wait.
Welcome back. Time for some great news with Great News Keo. Right there, buddy.
That's right. That's right. Hey, I was just reading. I don't have all of the particulars right now. I was just kind of scanning around, and the Center for Coastal Studies, folks that kind of keep an eye on whales on the East Coast, spotted the most right whales they've spotted in one day in a long time. They saw 33 of them. Wow. And right whales are pretty rare.
Yeah, they're whales are just a neat mammal.
Mm-hmm.
And they also spotted gray whales, which haven't been seen in the Western Atlantic in ages. So that's good news. I also put a couple of links up on the Facebook page there. One about the Grand River Wildlife Area shooting range.
Oh, yeah. What's the story?
Well, they still don't have a firm opening date, but it will be this spring.
Okay.
All the particulars are on the. They have like a 6-position trap range now. They have 20 or 50 feet out to 200 yards shooting stations. They have baffles. There's no more blue sky range. In other words, there's going to be overhead baffles too to make it that much safer.
What's a baffle?
Well, a baffle are just like screens, usually made out of wood or metal, that are above. And, if there's an errant round, it's not going to sail beyond the backstop.
Oh, okay.
The baffle's going to catch it.
It's
and
not a weather thing.
No.
Okay.
No, it's a physical barrier that, and they're also, the ranges will have sides on them now instead of just a backstop. It's quite a thing, and they have a walking archery range. With like something like 30 stations. You walk and shoot. So
that's right. That's really nice.
All funded through the Pittman-Robertson Act. Which is if you buy anything related to fishing or hunting, there's usually an added tax on there that goes to the Pittman-Robertson Act that funds wildlife conservation and stuff like this. So there you go. And people are speculating at maybe early April.
Yeah. Well, that's about when the weather they're talking is supposed to really change for the better.
Yeah, and it's taken longer than they had hoped for, and it's cost more. It was supposed to be like a $7 million improvement.
Yeah,
it's more like closer to 11
now.
Wow.
And this weather too isn't
Well, yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do right now.
Right.
No.
Yeah. Also, I put a link. I got some field reports from the Division of Wildlife, and Ashtabula County has a new wildlife officer. I don't know how long he's been assigned to Ashtabula County, but his name is Joshua Quayle.
Quayle?
Which I thought, yeah, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if your name's Quayle, you might as well be a wildlife officer.
Absolutely. He replaces Fred Lamprey that was there
That's right.
for
That's right.
years who retired.
Yeah. Well, Jason Hansel was the wildlife officer assigned to Ashtabula County for many years. He's now an investigator on Lake Erie.
Really?
Yeah.
Boy, he used to come into the shop a lot. Long time ago. Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah,
he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
So
I've
good luck,
actually seen-
Joshua. His story was that a resident of Ashtabula County called and said, "Hey, I got an injured loon on my property."
Injured
And
what?
Loon.
Was his
Really?
name Coolis?
Right.
Looney Tunes.
Yeah. So anyway, Joshua went out and recognized that, here's a loon on dry land. So
Wow.
that's an issue. Loons can't take off on dry land. They need
They
water.
can't.
So
No.
So he
Oh.
took it up to Lake Erie and put it in the water, and it took off.
Wow.
So there you go.
Simple.
Yeah. Yeah, simple.
Problem solved.
Wow.
Yeah, now that the lake is ice covered, you might be seeing some sea ducks and loons and mergansers in people's yards because they can't find any food.
And what about the snowy owls?
Yeah, snowy owls are back.
Are they?
Yeah.
That's normally
There's
when
one
they
at Cleveland Hopkins
show.
Airport.
Usually they're at the airport.
And
so what are they feeding on? Voles and mice and
rodentia.
Okay.
Nail.
Do they hit anything big? Would they? Well, there's not
Rabbits.
Rabbits.
Oh,
Okay.
Rabbitses.
Okay.
Yeah, they might take a
Coyotes
bunny or
take care
two.
of those.
Yeah.
I have a resident Cooper's hawk in my yard.
Yeah.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah,
He
we have
loves to visit the feeder about
Yeah,
every
so
other
does
day, the
mine,
bird
yeah.
feeder,
Yeah.
which is it's a bird feeder.
That's
so
exactly
you can
right.
bird.
Yeah,
The
right.
truest
Exactly.
sense of the word.
Luckily,
Really
my
something to
chickens
watch
aren't
'em go
out in
through
this
the
weather.
trees, it's
But I've
something.
lost a few.
Yeah, watching
chickens
those watching those hawks, if they fly into a bank of pine trees and they just disappear.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do they do that?
Yeah.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah. I stumbled upon a Facebook page called Squirrel Boxes, and you can buy these squirrel boxes,
Yeah.
that squirrels and they're predator proof pretty much. The raccoons can't get in it. That there's a little baffle in there that even
Do
if a
they
raccoon
use them?
were to- well, yeah, it's pretty cool if you go on Facebook. I'll put a link to it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You see these squirrels just kind of relaxing or
Wow.
raising their young and stuff. So I'm thinking of building one.
Yeah.
And putting a little remote camera in it. That'd be kind of cool. wouldn't it?
Oh,
nice.
there you go.
Squirrel camp.
Oh,
Squirrel
boy.
cam. Then I could-
Oh,
then I could
man.
post
You'd have all
the
kinds of
latest-
followers. Wow.
Mr. Black Snake may take a visit.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, right. That's
Yeah.
about the only predator that I don't think this would prohibit. So,
No.
but anyway, I haven't seen a black snake around here in a while. But
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
sure.
They used to be so common, too,
Yeah. Hey, I do have one bit of wisdom
Good.
here, and it comes from George Herbert, who was a 17th century poet over in England. He wrote that every mile is 2 in the winter.
Boy, that is the truth.
Or 3 or 4.
Isn't that the truth?
Yes.
Everything takes so much longer. You know, you just-
Oh, yeah. It takes so much
Yeah.
more energy than
Even
you.
getting out of bed.
Yep.
I know. Yeah. Oh well, that's about all we have for great news this week.
Well, I hope you have a good trip. And
Yeah,
hope you have
have
good
fun.
weather.
Yeah, have a good
Well,
time.
I was just looking at the long term.
Yeah.
The next storm looks like Friday, but that's still a ways off.
Yeah.
They could be.
Yeah.
They could be wrong.
That's Jeff from Mogador Bait and Tackle's been down in Florida for a few weeks, and he was telling me that he'd been catching some winter flounder and some redfish in the
Oh man,
inshore
I'd love to
areas.
catch some.
So
I'd love to catch some winter flounder.
there you go. So take some white Zoom super flukes with you and use those.
Super flukes.
Yep.
White and red is good down there.
Yep.
Combination.
White's
white
good,
and
red's
red.
good. And
Nice.
Sometimes silver, yellow spoons are good.
Yep.
Well, I'll try to check in from there next week. We'll,
Okay.
Very
If you
good.
can, fine. If you can, fine too. Just
Yeah, yeah.
I can
Just
do the-
enjoy
I can do
yourself
the
and
cooking if you
yeah,
can,
yeah.
you
We'll,
know.
we'll have Joe's rib recipe next week.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I'll give you the report on it.
We've already
A full
called the
report.
Hunting Valley Fire Department.
Put them on standby.
Solon is ready for mutual aid.
I have one for you here, Joe. The carpet is the soul of the kitchen.
Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah.
Well, have a very safe and enjoyable trip, buddy.
Yeah, have
Well,
fun.
thanks, guys.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Take care.
You take care.
Envious of you.
There you go.
Yes.
Maybe
Bye-bye.
I can fit in your
Yeah.
suitcase.
Yeah. Okay.
I lost a lot of weight.
Oh, yeah. He's going to get to enjoy. Hopefully, he'll have the. Good thing he's not there this week. So,
yeah.
but he'll get to enjoy it. He'll get some fish, and you know, it's the boy show's coming to an end, man.
Yes,
We
it is.
covered a lot of stuff today. A lot
3
of
hours flew by.
Yeah, we got
You
a
were
lot
here
of-
for most of it, Joe. That was
good.
good.
Yeah, most of it. Just a little bit that I was off in Neverland.
That's right.
Oh, kind of spooky, I'll tell you, boy. It's a different feeling, very different.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're not under control. But when you tell me what was really going on, now that's because
You know how we feel.
Nap time on the great outdoors.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those unintentional naps that get you.
Yeah. Oh boy, but
Don't worry, Joe. We were going to split what was in your pockets.
Oh,
Carl
okay,
and
I'm
me,
sure.
You know, and
I'm
even
sure.
give some to Lenny. you
oh
know?
yeah,
That's what I was trying to tell you. Norm thought I meant help. I was telling him to get his wallet. Get his wallet.
Oh, get out there and make some memories, because the memories you make today could be the most lasting, most important ones. Say it over and over, but it's true. And you know, smiles are what's so important, boy. They just make your day. Just a little smile goes a long way. And by calling somebody you haven't talked to a while, that's where them smiles come. Because I'm sure you'll have something funny to mention about each other, that what you remember about that person, no matter what it would be. Because they remember stuff that you had forgotten. So that's a win-win. And they say a day without a smile's a day wasted. And we're all getting older every day. And we got time to be wasting any of them days. So just remember that. It's a smile's such a great thing. It's such a great thing. So, and as my mother would always tell me, now Joey, don't you ever take any wooden nickels.
You've been listening to Inside the Great Outdoors with Joe Kulis, Joe Kehoe, and Dr. Norm. Join us every Sunday morning from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. on AM 1420 The Answer. Download the podcast of today's show and previous broadcasts at IGORadio.com. Follow the show on Facebook and get interactive with the cast and crew. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week, 7 a.m., right here on AM 1420 The Answer.